Hello and welcome to ISL4You. Here we are with an ISL news roundup video featuring Mumbai City FC. The big breaking news that we are all aware of is the signing of Hugo Bomas from FC Goa to Mumbai City. Mumbai club were ready to pay the 1.2 crore buyout clause for the French player from FC Goa, which is definitely a landmark in Indian football because after the acquisition of City Group, we are all expecting such changes to happen in Indian football because of the money that they do possess. So currently in this video, we are going to take a look at two major questions. One is whether are we seeing the exact impact that City Group would provide to the Indian football market, and the second one is what are all the players that are already signed by Mumbai City, and how will be their possible lineup. So the first question is obviously a yes, because City Group is such a football community where they acquire football clubs, they provide a foundation to the football clubs, and based on that foundation, they are building on that. Currently, they have acquired the service of Sergio Libera, who do have a very good knowledge of the Indian football. He's an established coach in India. He has been here for the last three seasons, and the last season, for the 14 matches that Sergio Libera was in charge of FC Goa, he won 9 out of the 14, drove 3 and lost just 2 of them. So that gives us a glimpse of what we can expect from Mumbai City in the upcoming year. So this is what City Group wants, because they want a foundation to build on it in the upcoming years. Basically, Indian football is having a lot of changes currently. They are adopting 3+1 rule. They are going for the Indian football clubs are giving more long-term contracts to the players, promoting the reserve side players to the first team. These are all happening. We have seen with Odisha FC, Kerala Blasters giving long-term contracts to Sahel till 2025. It is being rumored. Rahul KP is also being given a contract extension. So such positive steps are happening throughout the football in India, and City Group's inclusion is definitely a sign for the betterment of football. And this is just the beginning of something that big we are going to see in the upcoming futures for the Mumbai City FC as a club and Indian football as a whole. Coming to the player lineup that Mumbai City will be having in the next season, firstly, we know about the Hugo Bomas. He was absolutely the best player last season. He was a completely improved player compared to the previous seasons, and we can expect the same from Hugo Bomas under Sergio Libera in a different color of Mumbai City FC. In addition to Hugo Bomas, we have Murtada Fall, who has been very brilliant. He was basically the best defender, centre back in the entire league in the last season. Offensively and defensively, the contribution of Murtada Fall, a tall, big figure, is definitely uncomparable to any other centre backs that have been playing in India in the last couple of seasons. So definitely Murtada Fall will be part of that core team, along with Ahmed Jahu, who has been the controller of the entire game for Sergio Libera in all the teams that he have been played with. Ahmed Jahu possessed the ability to control the game. He possessed the ability to pass the balls, inadvertently view the game in a different manner, and control the game entirely. So these three will be the core for Sergio Libera in his upcoming season for Mumbai City FC. Another interesting point is the signing of, or the rumored signing of, Koro as well as Ogbeche. It may be a possibility that both of these players will be signed, because both of these players do have a very good significance on the pitch for the teams that they have been played with. Koro has been established along with Sergio Libera in FC Goa. Bartolome Ogbeche has been part of Northeast United. Last season he was a joint top scorer till the final game, along with Roy Krishna and Valskis in Kerala Blasters. So these two players, they have the skill to just return back, fetch the ball, distribute the ball, and go back to the scoring areas. So these two players, most probably both of these players, will be part of the Mumbai City FC lineup. And if these two players are signed by Mumbai City, then we will be having a possibility of 2 more players coming as foreign players into the Mumbai City FC lineup, and one among them will surely be an Asian player as per the new regulations of Indian Super League. So a possibility of 1 midfielder and 1 more foreign defender will be there in the squad for Mumbai City FC in the upcoming season, and we need to wait and watch. A lot of rumors are floating around, but we need to wait and watch. Coming to the Indian lineup and Indian signings that they have, similar to the FC Goa, they went for Mandar Rao Desai, the former FC Goa captain. He will be controlling the left back position. They have gained the service of Farooq Chowdhury, a very promising forward who can play at both the wings, as well as a striker who has been deployed in the right wing for Jamshedpur FC and also as a striker in certain matches. He is a very promising player who do have the skill, who can nurture under Sergio Ribera as a coach. And also a very interesting signing of right back from Kerala Blasters, Mohammad Rakib, coming to Mumbai City FC colours. That will be definitely a great boost for the team. And also a very promising one is the Vikram Pratap Singh, who was part of the Indian Arrows last season. He is definitely one for the future that should be noticed, and he will be given definitely chances in the starting 11 by Sergio Ribera in few matches, or he is definitely an impact substitute in the next season for Mumbai City FC. Mumbai City do have certain players on their ranks itself. In the current season also they had Rainier Fernandez, who may be taking the role of Brendan Fernandez in similar role those two players could play under Sergio Ribera here in Mumbai City. Raulin Borges will be the substitute or the player that should be looked after by Sergio Ribera in the absence of Lenny Rodriguez, who he had in FC Goa. And on the goalkeeping side, they are safe with Amarinder Singh. But definitely some reinforcement is needed in the Indian players department, especially when we're looking on the bench currently for Mumbai City, just Vidyananda, Bibin Singh. We can see a few names, but the impact that these players can provide is a question that is to be answered. And also the foreign players' age will be a concern, but that will be a thing to be noted in the future planning and future processes only. But for the next season, definitely, whether be it Koro or Ogbeche, these two players can be rotated. Possibly, if they are free from any injuries, they will be very strong and secured side. So this will be the most possibly the lineup that we can expect. Maybe there will be changes for sure when the reinforcement comes, when the foreign players comes, there will be changes here and there, but the core structure with Murtoda for the center, most probably another center back will be occupying Sardar Goloi, and Rakib will be fighting with the right back. Mandar will be fixed on the left back position. Ahmed Jau, as we all know, occupy the center. With in the absence of Lenny Rodriguez, they will go with Raulin Borges, who is a very exceptional midfielder for Indian international, and he will be there at the midfield along with Rainier Fernandez. Hugo Bomas will be floating in the front areas. He will be just moving with the wings. He will be playing in free role throughout the place, and the strikers, be it Ogbeche or Koro, they will be floating here and there, and Farooq Chowdhury is always there as a supporting striker or a winger. So this will be the possible lineup, and definitely Mumbai City will be having a very strong lineup and very strong contender for the upcoming season for Indian Super League's top titles. So hoping to have more people, more players coming up to the ranks of Mumbai City, and definitely we can expect a very good contest, a very strong side put forward by City Group in their first season as the owners of Mumbai City FC. Looking forward to it. Thank you.